It is Y105, Dubuque's #1 hit music station. My name is Steve Pulaski. My next guest has been the head football coach of Geneva College in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania since 1993, making him one of, if not the longest tenured coaches across the entire landscape of college football. He just completed his 32nd season with Geneva, going 5-5. I find his longevity and legacy fascinating, and I think you will too. He's Coach Geno DeMarco. How are we today, Coach?
Well, we're in western Pennsylvania, and like you and Dubuque, we're cold.
Yes, indeed. It is frigid out there where you are, I take it.
Yeah, it's frigid. But it is winter. I mean, what do we expect? I mean, this is why we live here. So
it's very true.
Embrace it. Yeah.
Coach, you're a Geneva College graduate, so who better to talk about it than you? For those who don't know and those who have never heard of it, talk about Geneva College and its core principles.
Very unique place. It is a Christian school. However, you don't have to be a Christian to attend. And that makes it for a very, very interesting dynamic because everything that we do in the classroom, what we try to do in our football program is centered around who Christ is. And then we do have kids that come who have never been to church, or that's what makes it such a great dynamic. And it helped change my life, when I was a young guy, and I knew it all back then. And Geneva really helped me in so many ways, and still does today.
Paint me a picture of the Geneva Golden Tornadoes football team. Talk to me, Coach, about Geneva's brand of football, your approach to the game, your philosophies. I want to hear it all. What you got?
Well, Steve, when you stay in a place for so long, and you got to be able to adapt to what's going on in the football environment, and we've done that. I mean, we started out as I formation, run the football, play defense, and we were really good at that. Then we evolved into a pistol arrangement where that was the closest thing. We got quarterback and a gun because that's what everybody was doing. We did that. And then we start running zone read. We did that. And then we start going real fast and start throwing the ball all over the place, and we did that. And I'm going to tell you, we did it a little bit before everybody was doing these things. So the anticipation of what's happening and where the next phase of just football's going is what we look at. Well, for the last 9 years, we have been in the triple option, under center, old school, circa Oklahoma, back with Switzer. I mean, that's basically what we were running. Here's why. We're now NCAA Division III, and there are a lot of really good football programs in Division III. When we were at NAI, which I know is really big in the Midwest, and it's a great brand of football, we could basically find offensive linemen, and we did a very, very good job of that. We were nationally ranked. We were a team that was nationally known. We went to this brand of ball because we can't find those 6'4", 6'5" offensive linemen. So we're running triple, run the ball, play defense, Western Pennsylvania, kind of the thing that you see with the Steelers when their offense isn't working. I mean, so that's us. I mean, that's what we do offensively, defensively. I always try to stay ahead of the curve. So I know that it doesn't sound logical that we would go back to something that nobody has, but we have to do something different at our place. And that's been the secret, for the longevity. We got to do something different. And I'm just saying longevity from a standpoint of system of play.
He's Geno DeMarco, head football coach of Geneva College in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. When you took the job of being the head coach at Geneva of the football team, did you have any clue you'd be in the same position over 30 years later?
Well, it was one of the reasons why I wanted to take the job at Geneva. And we had Alexa, she was 2. We had another one on the way in 93 with Jessica. I wanted my kids to go to Geneva. And one of the benefits of being in a small college is if you stay around long enough, your kids get a break on tuition, big break on tuition. So here I am taking this job, and my kids are, 6 months and 2 years and 6 months. So the logic there is that, I could have waited until they were like 15, but I really, really wanted them to have the same experience I did. That was a big part of it. A big part of it, the other thing was I looked at this job as something unique. I get a chance to coach football, and I am an absolute football addict. but I'm doing it in a different way, and it's probably confusing to a lot of people, but it has become a mission field to help young men become men, and for those that come in that have the background and the structure, just to be able to continue to encourage them in their walk. So it's a really different position that some people, very hard to describe.
You spent a little bit of time at Georgia Tech in West Virginia in the 80s as a coach. What made you kind of want to go back to Beaver Falls? I know you said the kids and your kids, you wanted them to have an education at Geneva too, but was your intent maybe to climb the coaching ranks? Did you ever think of doing that when you were at Georgia Tech in West Virginia?
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this because I still think like they're following me around, but I had an opportunity with a government agency that starts with a C and ends with an A, and I turned them down. So anybody that turns down the CIA, I did it so that I could go to Atlanta and coach football for less money and more traffic. And yeah, the idea was, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to give this coaching thing a shot because, I mean, growing up in junior high and everything else, all I wanted to do was coach football and teach. And somehow I got into business and psychology and all this other great stuff. But yeah, that was the goal. We were going to go. We were going to do that.
Geneva's kind of like the Steelers in the regard that they've had so few coaches in recent history. There has been two at Geneva since 1976, you and Gene Sullivan, your predecessor. Talk about Sullivan. What did you learn from him as both a player and one of his assistants?
Well, I mean, Gene was still today, to me, he's the greatest football coach Geneva's ever had. And the reason is just his approach. For me, this is a guy that played Division I, was at Maryland, and was one heck of a player in his day. Won, WPIL championships, which is the west side of the state here in Pennsylvania, at a place called Richland High School, which is now Pine Richland, which is now winning state championships. And he comes to Geneva to a program that was just absolutely decimated. And he started putting some seed in the ground and start building the thing, and that's what we've done.
I know you said you're on the road now, Coach. What does the recruiting process look like for a D3 school like Geneva?
Well, it's different for all D3s. It really is. I would imagine you talk to every football coach, they're going to give you some sort of what kind of adversity they face in D3 recruiting. Some schools have the luxury of players coming to them, maybe because of the recognition of the education. I mean, we're in a league with Carnegie Mellon, Case Western. These are like nationally and internationally known schools. We got to go hunt them down. I mean, we got to go find them. Western PA is a big time football. Eastern Ohio is big time football, and we just got to go find kids that want this type of environment. We got a great engineering program. It's a 4-year program where kids can get out, and we've got a program where you can get an MBA in 4 years. So we look at these unique majors, and that's probably what changes in Division III. You recruit according to the academic pursuits of what the kid wants.
When you think of some of the biggest and or most memorable games you've coached, which ones stick out to you?
The last one. It just sticks out because it's just so fresh in my mind, and so happy for our guys the way they played. And man, I tell you, it's hard at the end of the season for any coach. You talk to anybody that's been in any type of consistent day to day, hour to hour. I don't care. Interview somebody. Interview somebody that's been on a tour. We're talking about music before. You talk to those guys. What's like coming off the road for us? Man, when we hit the wall after the season, and then, so that was memorable just because of the way our kids played. And then I'll tell you the first game is the most memorable because you're there, you have no idea what you're doing. You take, you go out there, and then you realize, like in our first game, we beat a team that we should not have beaten, which was like, I don't want to call it miraculous or an act of God, but maybe it was just whatever. We beat them. The thing that I remember most about that first game, though, Steve, was the fact that I got out there as the head coach, and the referees come over and say, "Hey, coach, we need the footballs." And I go, "What?" They go, "Yeah, we need the footballs." We had a hold-up play because I left them in the locker room for a guy. Tell me, I give you stories. I mean, just hysterical things that happen. That's the stuff that keeps you young and keeps you going. I just find it and as coaches here, keeping up with these young guys is a blessing.
What is there to you, Geno DeMarco, beyond football?
Well, I think foremost, I grew up as a preacher's kid. Brother's a preacher. My other brother's an evangelist. I became a football coach. So kind of like this idea of the calling that I have is something unique. I don't know. I don't have, other than like lifting weights, riding a motorcycle once in a while, and then listen to some music. I don't know. I don't hunt. We live right in the middle of 150 acres in a place that, man, deer are running everywhere. I don't hunt. I don't fish. I tried golfing, but that was not to my liking. So, but I'm a family guy. I believe in family. I have 4 daughters. That was one of the reasons why I did not move around the country and chase jobs. I wanted those girls to have a solid relationship with their dad, which they have, and they end up marrying football players of mine. So that kind of worked out.
All comes full circle. One more for you, Coach. What does the future hold? What have you not done that you still want to do and accomplish?
Oh, there's so many things. I had 3 goals in life. I think this is crazy, but back in the day, it was just simply be the head football coach at a college, jump out of an airplane, and sing one song in front of a blues band.
That's a trifecta.
Yeah. And no way I'm singing. And I did that parachuting thing, whatever, at the ocean. I might be able to count that one. But I can tell you that third one's probably never, ever going to happen.
You did jump out of a plane, though, huh?
No, I didn't. It was that thing they do at the beach where they take you up, like way up high.
Parasailing?
Parasailing. Yeah. And then you look down and you think, wow, there's sharks in them waters. And that would be a really good story, too. But, yeah. I don't know. My wife and I have got to be able to do something down the road. It's going to be involved with football. It's going to be involved with some sort of, ministry to what I'm, Christianity and our commitment to Christ. I don't know what the future holds. I know today we got to go see 3 schools with a bunch of kids that we'd like to get on our program. So trying to live this day by day thing, Steve. It really is. It's just there's so much goes on in one day.
Wise words from a wise man. He's head coach Geno DeMarco of Geneva College in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. I want to give you the final word, Coach. Is there anything you want to add about the Geneva College Golden Tornadoes program? Is there anything people want to look into it? People want to look into the football program? Where can they go? Kind of want to leave you with the final word.
Yeah, you said wise man. You probably should have said wise guy. But as far as Geneva College, yeah, get on our website, take a look. It is a place where people at our campus truly care about students. They truly try to mentor them. It helped me. Like I said, it changed my life. That's why for me, it's not a sales job. It's real. I've seen it happen with my whole family. And we're in football area. I mean, it really is. It's we got a game day atmosphere is really, really awesome for D3. So, I don't know, give us a look, get on the website. Just look for the bald guy. He's the head coach.
He is head coach Geno DeMarco of Geneva College. Coach, I greatly appreciate your time. I wish you, your family, and your team nothing but continued success. Thanks for making the time today.
All right, Steve. Great crossing paths with you. God bless. See you.